What's going on, everybody? John Duever here at WrapIQ. We are continuing on with our How to Wrap a Fender series, all right? So we've done a couple videos already. We've done how to trim out, where we're gonna tape off. We've done a cleaning video, as well as a planning video where I took a dry erase marker and I really broke this Fender apart on where the hot spots are, where I'm gonna feed, where I'm gonna stretch, where I'm gonna palm, what the corners look like, etc. If you haven't watched that video, click the link here and go back and watch that. It's very important that you watch these in sequential order so you understand exactly the process that we're going through. Wrapping is all about process. It's all about attacking that process, setting that process, and keeping and sticking with that process. Not missing a step, not adding a step or anything like that. And that's what we're walking through here today. So we're ready to rock and roll here. First and foremost, I want to show you the tools that I'm going to be using, okay? This is my squeegee. This is the one. This is the one. This is what I use for the last 10 years or so. Love this setup. Video on that. Got a good knife. Wrap glove Ghost, the only wrap glove that I use. Big fan of this company, big fan of this glove. Best glove on the market, best application glove on the market. And also a torch. This is a gloss material, so I'm gonna rock and roll on a torch. Got my mag straps on there, so I keep it nice and convenient. And that's what I'm gonna be using. Sometimes I use a pouch, a tool pouch. Sometimes I don't. I find myself to be a very simplistic tool person where I just keep my stuff in my pocket. I do lose it every once in a while, so a pouch is advantageous when it comes to that. But generally speaking, I'm very, very simple when I'm installing when it comes to tools. So where do I start and how do I start with this panel? First and foremost, I have tape on the right and the left sides of this panel. And the reason I have tape on the right and left sides of this panel is because I'm gonna leave some of the tape on the vinyl and some of the tape on the car. So that's my lineup point. When I tear this tape, see how I tore it? Some of the vinyl's on the car, some of the tape is on the vinyl. When I peel my backing paper, I can line that up and I know I'm not too far left, I'm not too far right, I'm not too far down or too far up. So my bleed is good. I have enough extra to rock and roll on this. I'm gonna go ahead and take my panel, peel my backing paper back. Get it nice and flat and just line my panel up. This is not exactly how it's not ready to rock and roll yet. Basically what I'm doing is I'm peeling the backing so I can get full glass on this, okay? Full glass means there's no wrinkles or anything. Same thing on the front here. Peel my backing paper. Take that backing paper and get it out of the way, put it right in the trash can. I'm gonna come through here. And now I'm gonna start looking at this. Again, if you guys have not watched that planning video, I go through this exact thing that I'm dealing with right now. This big body line, this is a Subaru Outback, and it has crazy body lines on this Fender. It's really, really weird, honestly, for a car. It's actually a pretty challenging Fender. With that being said, I knew I was gonna run into problems with this right here. I knew that would be the first place it starts, but my happy line isn't to up here, okay? So I'm gonna lock down my one side, just in about a 6 or 8 inch area, and then I'm gonna pop this film up. For me, when I wrap and I get full glass, it's all about my hip placement. It's a full body workout. Wrapping is a full body workout. It's not just your arms, it's not just your legs. You're doing everything at once and you're watching and reading those wrinkles as you're controlling the tension. Because if I know I have to feed in and feed in, if I put horizontal tension on this when I'm doing my initial stick, it's gonna wanna wrap vertically. I'll walk you through that real quick. Make sure it's not gonna go anywhere there. I'm gonna fluff this up, okay? And what I'm gonna do is I'm looking at the back here. I'm putting lots of horizontal tension. You can see I'm kind of turning the film. Just like that. Okay, I got some wrinkles here, what we call pyramids. I'm happy with those. I'm gonna pull this up. That's what I'm looking for right there. See how it works in? When I pulled horizontally, it started to work in vertically. And I'm gonna get my happy line squeegee down. It's already touching here. Need to push a little here and it's already touching there. So I'm just gonna work this through into my happiest line. And I have my nice happy line that's already squeegeed down. Now, I'm gonna feed this, pop it up, feed it in. Now, I've heard a lot of people you know, in these videos where they're like, oh, just palm it in. I believe that if you can feed it, you feed it. Avoid the stretching. Could I have palmed that? Yes, I could have. But I think feeding it in is the way to go every single time. Same thing here. Working back and forth, trying to avoid glue lines. It's just wanting to lay itself because I put that horizontal tension on there. Nice firm squeegee stroke. Made it to my top body line that I talked about in the planning video. Now I'm gonna work this up. One of the things about what I need to do right now though, is if I try to stretch this up and around that body line there, I'm gonna get in some trouble, okay? I'm gonna have some tension that I have to deal with. So I'm just gonna take my knife and I'm gonna cut a little U shape out here. Just like that. I'm not cutting straight in. I'm not cutting the car. I'm cutting a little U shape out. And then I'm gonna take this tension, pull it up to my corner, just like that. Pull it up to this corner, hook my corner, grab my squeegee, and work to my hood. Same thing I did over here to make that relief cut. You can see how much that's split. Okay, that's you're releasing tension. Okay, same thing I'm gonna do here. Nice little U shape. See how that wants to just fold down? You see how much that's separated? That's how much tension I released right there. Coming right into my corner, locking to my empty side. So now, the top's done, okay? Top is done. Now, I have essentially I have what we have is two pieces. Grab my chair here, two pieces. I have this piece and I have this piece, okay? But I have this nasty body line. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna feed it into this recess here, right into that valley, just like that, getting to that body line. Got a little bubble, that'll happen. And now I'm gonna move my hips around where my hips are facing away from the panel because I like to pull down and I like to pull off of the panel if I need to. I'm gonna pop this up, working this down in, feeding it into that body line. Remember, this was section 3 on the planning video. I have a little bit of tension here that I don't necessarily like. I don't hate it, but I don't like it. And one of the things about planning, the pre-plan of these color change or commercial wraps, is you have to be able to adapt on the fly. That mental capacity to understand what's going on, reading the wrinkles, seeing what's happening to the film while you're installing it, it just comes with time. You have to understand that you can't fake the squeegee time and you can't fake the knife time. So if I had a plan, you can watch the video, you can see my plan. I'm adapting my plan right now because it's essentially not going how I thought it was going to go. Pretty close, but not exactly. So I'm gonna switch this up just a little bit, and instead of doing section 3 that I thought I was gonna do in the planning video, I'm gonna go ahead and pull this tension down and make this full glass here, okay? And I'll probably do section 4, then section 5, then come back for section 6, which was section 3. If that makes any sense. It'll make more sense if you watch the last video. So I'm gonna fluff this up. I'm gonna pull my tension down, get it locked in, nice and glassy, hitting that happy line, coming back through, hitting this, pulling my tension out. I don't want that to be too close to that ABS plastic, so I'm gonna go ahead and tuck that real quick. And now I'm gonna work this in, right into the deepest part of that channel. And there you go. I don't know how many minutes that was, but it was rather quick. It's because I set it up correctly. I have a process that I went through and I attacked that process. I love doing wrapping, but one of the things I hate is getting frustrated while wrapping. So what I have to do is I have to clean correctly. I have to tape off correctly. I have to pull the tension correctly. I have to trim everything correctly before I even start. And then I go to my process that I have in my head of the step by step by step by step, what I think is going to happen for that installation. Then I attack that process. It's that simple. I'm John Duever. Thank you very much for watching.